Hello there. As you can see, I'm still in post-con face, let's say. And I'm still wearing the Amy Pond t-shirt. So, Karen Gillan, touch for this. Okay, I don't tend to do these very often. I think the last time I did one of these about this subject was, what, 5 years ago? And as the title of the video, I'm going to say this is a sequel to what I called the Archon prices getting too expensive video I did. The reason why, Monopoly events again. They had Elisabeth Olsen. I didn't know that. She cancelled and then she got moved to Liverpool. So I was kind of like, well, okay, I mean, I quite like her in Godzilla. So I decided to have a little check. And oh my god, it was 190 something. I think I took a picture. I'm going to put it in this video. But I did the maths, and to get a photograph and an autograph from Elisabeth Olsen, £388.50. Now, to put this into some kind of perspective, 2015, first convention, LFCC summer, Michael J. Fox, again he was limited because he has Parkinson's, so the only way to get an autograph was with a diamond pass. That was £435 for Michael J. Fox. Elisabeth Olsen. Now, I'm not, as I said, I think with the Billy Bobby Brown video, I'm not saying that to some people she's not worth that. But I think after what I witnessed at LFCC, which again I'm actually going to be touching on in the video, but I'm going to say it here, is that Kit Harington was expensive. I thought he was expensive. And what happened at the con kind of proved it for me, because if anyone who didn't know, Karen Gillan basically had both of her diamond passes, because she cancelled the Sunday, shoved into one day. So it's that's something that happened to me on the train on the way home, trying to shove 2 days worth of things into one day. The VQs were very highly unlikely. I got an autograph, luckily, through some shenanigans by someone who I'm not going to name because I don't want to get him in trouble. But ostensibly, if you had a VQ, I got handed a ticket which I think was 100, and the guy looked at me and was like, "Isn't going to happen." But Kit Harington. Now remember, Jon Snow from Game of Thrones. Apparently, after about 12 o'clock, nobody was there. He went open queue at 12, and he was a big guest. Now, to me, in my head, as I was going to say veteran, but I haven't been in 4 years, so I haven't really experienced the current convention scene, let's say. I think the way I think it all... Okay, now, obviously, I'm going to get comments saying, you know, the cons don't set the prices. It's a communication between agents and stuff, so they can set the prices. But I think one of the reasons I will say this is Karen Gillan is mostly known, is also known for Marvel and Doctor Who. So ostensibly, Karen Gillan is in more things. Elisabeth Olsen, Love and Death, wasn't a bad show. I didn't mind it. Wasn't the best thing ever. Marvel, WandaVision, Scarlet Witch, acceptable. One Godzilla movie, £100 more than Karen Gillan. And the thing is, what I think agents and things need to realise is, what you should do is go for quantity over price. Now, the reason why Karen Gillan was so popular was because of the way her prices were set. They were £85 each. There was a talk of the gift, which wasn't great, but it's, you know, it was about 240, I think, for the diamond pass. But even though, if you just wanted to try at least get a photo with it, it was £85. So you had a chance of at least getting to meet her and maybe get your arm around her. So she sold more than Kit Harington. I think Paul Bettany was quite popular. Now, he was kind of, again, but he was only in the 120s. And again, he is in the same amount of stuff as Elisabeth Olsen. £75 more? I don't think so. So the logic to me is this. Please, guys, think about this. Please think about this. COVID knocked the prices down, and that's why everybody went again. Because just before COVID hit, as I said in that video, I thought 150 odd for Millie Bobby Brown was a lot. 120 something for Millie Bobby Brown. Now, in the last Liverpool, they got Helena Bonham Carter. Now, she's never signed before. She has been in fucking everything. She's one of the definitive things of an icon, I would say. That is the reasons why a lot of people... And she was 150. Now, her, with that price, I'm okay with. Because, again, apparently she is going to come back. But at that particular point, this might have been the only opportunity you're ever going to get to see her. But I don't know. I had a wonderful time at LSE Winter. The most I spent was for Karen Gillan. That's going to be honest with you here. Tony took cancel, as is expected. He's got a bit of a history of that. But I think, to me, really, the issue I've got with this is it is going to put people off. Because if people are seeing those prices, and you think about it, not everyone lives in Liverpool. People have got to travel. There's hotels, there's trains, there's food, there's a lot of other stuff to factor in. And I think with prices getting to this level, somebody nearly busting £200 for an autograph and a photograph, it's a dangerous precedent. There is a line that I don't think can be crossed. I've been out of this scene for 4 years, and I've come back and I saw this, and the flames were fired in me, for want of a better word. It seems to me that if somebody can logically say this person is worth £400 for an autograph and a photograph, there is no stopping them. They can then charge what they like. And the thing is, with the way I think the logic is being applied, is if half the amount of people who are gonna meet her, we're still gonna make the same amount of money because we've charged double what you think we should charge. Because let's be honest, people are going to pay this. It's a supply and demand situation. People are going to pay this amount of money, and I secretly hope that not that many do, because people, I think I said in the first one, we need to have a conversation as convention goers, because we're enabling this. We are going, I can do that, And I think the fact that, from what I saw at Winter, people were saying, oh, Monopoly's getting all the big guests now. And you're going, yeah, but could that be because of the prices he's charging? Is because he's saying to them, come to us, you will make more money here, which isn't generally. Obviously there is going to be a financial instinct to do these things, but as I'm going to say to you now, and as I'm going to say in LSEC, you didn't get that feeling off Karen Gillan, Marina Sirtis, or Derek Jacobi. They just seemed genuinely happy to be there. And I also think it sets too high an expectation for a guest. If you're charging nearly £200 for a guest, you're going to want that experience to be A tier. You're going to want them to basically blow you. It's like, obviously not, but it's going to have to be that level. They're going to have to be on all day. They can't be angry. They can't be pissed off, because these people have paid, some people is like half to a quarter of their rent on coming to see you. That's a lot of pressure to put on someone. And there's a part of me that is like, no, I cannot justify that having come back in. I can't. There's just no way that you can turn around two people in a cost of living crisis in this specific country and say that price is acceptable. It just isn't. It just seems to be these guys are getting comfortable again. Oh yeah, we can get away with this, we can push this, No, I'm not insulting the guy who runs Monopoly, MTM, Showmasters, or whatever. Wales has generally been fairly good, I will be honest, about prices. I've never seen a guest price at Wales and nearly fell out of my chair. It might have happened, in the last 4 years. I don't know, I didn't look. But with the Monopoly guys, because I said this is kind of interesting that Monopoly twice have made me do these videos. Is it a corner in the market thing? Is it that this guy has moved into every area that every other convention is in, and he's doing well? I'm not saying he's not doing well. From what I understand, For the Love of Horror this weekend was pretty good. You know, we had all the Lost Boys there. There were like people from Terrifier 2. Never seen it, but you know. And again, it's a worry for me, because I don't want people to go to a con and bankrupt themselves. You know, because I will be honest, at LFCC, my interactions with the guests and everything were, about less than 10 minutes of the day? The best bits were the talking to the people I've known from cons over the years, and just some of the interactions I had in the queue. And also the 2-minute silence was deeply strange, but that will be covered in LFCC. But yeah, I think in some necessity, we need to have a talk. All of us, not just me. You know, I'm not saying I'm the kingpin of this bullshit. I'm definitely not. But I think we need to chat about this. I think we need to say, I think a line needs to be drawn. I think at some point we as con goers have to go, no. Because this isn't a situation where they will say, well, if you don't pay it, we're just not going to do it. Because the point being is something, you know, Showmasters survived 2 years of COVID and I don't think they had any trouble, you know. So I think we have to have a conversation amongst ourselves about, is this okay? Are we willing to let people say to us £400 for Elisabeth Olsen? Now, if you want an autograph and you want to pay 200 quid for it, yeah, because if you've got a Marvel poster you need finishing, fine by me, but that isn't going to be the main thing. I think a lot of people are going to get because it's Elisabeth Olsen. She's Scarlet Witch, you know. And again, it just leaves a bad taste in the mouth. I think that's how I'm going to say it. It leaves a bad taste in the mouth. And again, it is an issue. I think this is going to get worse before it gets better. And COVID isn't in the background now, so they're not going to suffer a financial shock. And if you remember, I think one of the things I said to people was when it started again, the logic is, okay, we need to get people back. We need to set these prices at a level to get people back to us. And again, that got people back in, and now 2 or 3 years down the line they go, no, back to normal, let's see what we can do. And I don't think that's a good thing. I really don't think that's a good thing at all. But yeah, I just thought I'd put this meandering for 13 minutes on, because again, I am kind of back. I am going to conventions. I think it's now not going to be just going to everyone and hoping the guests are good. It's going to be if the guests are good, I'm going. That's it. No more. I will also say, because this is the first video that's going up, I am doing a review of LFCC. I only did a day, but I got a full day. So, and also there's going to be a review of the War of the Worlds experience in London, called the Immersive one, by a company called Layered Reality, which I quite liked. But I'm going to do both of them, so they're going to be coming up. And because of this actually happening, I kind of want to do a beginner's guide video, because I think there's people out there, and these already may exist, but I want to do it from the perspective of a man who literally jumped into LFCC as a first con and knew nothing. And I want to do it from that viewpoint, where you are going to an MCM, a Showmasters, a Monopoly. Here are things you might need to know situation. So I'm writing, I'm going to say this, no, I'm writing a script for that one, so be prepared. But yeah, so this is going to go up in about 10-15 minutes. I'm just going to upload it unedited straight to YouTube. Sorry. Can't be asked editing this out. So I'm just going to put this up as a stream of consciousness thing, and then I think, if not this weekend, early next weekend, the other two will be up. I might just post them at the same time, and you can have a laugh at me surviving a Martian invasion. Okay, well, thanks very much for your patience for the last 15 minutes. I hope I made some good points. If you have anything you want to say, if you have any points you want to raise, because if I get enough, I might do a sequel to the sequel, I'll do like a Star Wars thing of this. But hopefully, just I'm willing to talk to you. Feel free. Thanks very much, and goodbye.